What's good, YouTube? It's Five and Conquer here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to play chess in under 7 minutes. I'm going to go over the basics, and I'll let you know how to play chess. Think I can do it? Well, comment down below, and let's get the video right now. Okay, so let's start off with how each piece moves. So, the pawn, it can go 1 square up on the first move, and it can also go 2 squares up on the first move. The one thing about the pawn is that on the second move, it can't go. Notice how it's not letting me go 2 squares up. No, because the pawn can only go 2 squares up from the first move. It's really important. Other thing that's super important about the pawn, let's just say, just gonna make some random moves really good. When the pawn gets to 7th rank, there's like a special thing about the pawn. When it gets all the way to the end of the board, it can promote to any piece it wants besides a king or another pawn, and it's really special about the pawn. It's called promoting, and that's pretty much all there is to say about the pawn. And then moving on to the next one, we have the knight. The knight can go anywhere as long as it's an L shape, so it can go here. It can also go here. It can also go here. Knights are super good in the center of the board because they can go to separate places, as you're seeing. I'm highlighting all these places. And also, knights are also super special because the knight is the only piece that can actually jump over another piece. So saying, like, so I'm jumping over this knight, and then boom, L shape. So that's also a good thing with the knight. They're the only person that can do that. Moving on to the next piece, we have the bishop. The bishop can pretty much go anywhere as long as it's the same diagonal. It only moves diagonally. So the thing about the bishops are light squares and dark square bishops are very opposite because large squares can only fit in the dark square. This would be a dark square bishop because it can only go into dark squares. This would be a light square bishop because only can go to light squares. So they can never capture each other. But say if there's a light square bishop like right there, then it could capture each other. So that's pretty much all there is to say about the bishop. Moving on to the next piece, we have the rook. The rook can go anywhere as long as it's sideways, or it can go anywhere as long as it's left, right, up, or down. But pretty much all there is to say about the rook. It can also left, right, up, or down. So for example, up, left, right, and then down. Moving on to the next piece, we have the queen. A queen is probably considered like the second most important piece in chess. I'll explain that a little bit later. So the queen is pretty much a rook and a bishop combined. A queen can go diagonally, and also left, right, up, and down, which is insane. Moving on to the next piece, we have the king. The king is arguably considered the most important piece in chess because if your king gets captured, that means you lose the game because it would be checkmate. So even though the king can only go, it moves very slowly, it can only go 1 square at a time. It's a very powerful piece, and one thing to remember of the king is you should not bring it out to the end game, because if you do, and if you bring it out in the opening, in the middle, like the beginning of chess, then you will probably easily get checkmated. So let's go move on to some different things. Another thing the king can actually do that most beginners don't know about is that I'm going to make some random moves here. A king can actually do what's called castling, or it can go 2 squares instead of just 1. This is the only time the king can go 2 squares. Castling is super good in the beginning because it gets your rook out and your king to safety at the same time. Another tip from chess is in the beginning of the game, you want to develop your pieces like this, till your pawns to the middle squares of the board. You don't really want to move these pawns unless you get more advanced, as well as these pawns I'm highlighting right here. For now, let's just stick to these pawns. An ideal setup for beginners is, my dad taught me, is let's just make random moves. Bring your bishops out, like this, and then bring your knights out, castle. And then bring the rooks out. This is essentially what is considered. I think it's like, there's many different types of this, but if you get this position, this is really good, and you should be aiming for all your pieces to be on these different squares. Yeah, another thing about chess is generally you want to move your knights out first, pawns out first, but then you usually want to move your knights out before bishop, because knights almost usually go to here, and then the other knight usually goes here. Almost always they go there, but the bishops can actually go here, 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 or here commonly. So it's important to move the knights out first and then decide where the bishop is going to go in the future. Chess is a hard game to practice, and I know it's very hard at first to learn and memorize all the things, but once you play a lot of games like me, practice, and also do puzzles on Lichess here, which you can do puzzles. Once you keep doing these and mastering them, you'll trust me, you will get better and it'll become way more easy. Another thing about Lichess that I really like is that you can actually go over here to the learn section and practice, and you can complete all these different practice sections, which will really help you out in end games, middle games, basic tactics, all this. It really helped me out when I was a beginner, and it will help you out too. Yeah, and then also pretty much all there is to say about chess. I know I'm not covering all of the things, I just covered the basics, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe as it will help in the future videos, and I don't know, peace.